It's the Walking Dead TV Podcast, Video Edition. Hi, I'm Jordan with the Walking Dead TV Podcast, and this is what I thought of the season finale of Season 1 of The Walking Dead, TS-19. Well, this season's finale had it all. It had giant explosions, it had great character work, and it even had a couple of zombies, so let's get right into the review. In a weird way, this was kind of Shane's episode to shine. In the beginning, we got to see him as heroic and grief-struck with what he thought was the death of Rick. Later on, we got to see him in a kind of rapey mood, which was not exactly attractive. We got to see him overly upset at the loss of certain things, and yeah, all around it was really a tour de force on the part of Jon Bernthal, and it was cool that he got to play so many different emotions in one episode. Without getting into any spoilers about the Shane character, I am happy that Kirkman and Darabont have made some changes to the character and his arc just a little bit, and believe me, that's not spoiling anything, in the show versus the comic, because quite frankly, he's doing such a great job as a despicable guy. Don't get me wrong, he's despicable, but he's doing a great job at it. I want to see him doing that on screen for as long as possible, and I can't wait to see what he does next season. We also got quite a bit of the Andrea and Dale arc tonight. Now, Dale hasn't had a whole lot to do this season. He had some to do last episode, but he gave him more this time. Andrea we've seen since episode 2, and she was just wanting to get back to her sister. She wanted a gift for her sister, and she wanted to get back. And we've played that through the death of her sister, the resurrection of her sister, her killing her sister, the zombified version anyway. And this episode, we really get to deal with her grief. I thought it was a little bit predictable that she decided to stay behind, and that's not a problem. Don't get me wrong, but it certainly made sense. They played it up the whole episode. It wasn't a surprise when she went, I'm staying here. Neither was it a surprise when Dale stayed behind and she decided to go with him. Like I said, it was a bit predictable, but that really wasn't a problem. Props to everybody. They did a great acting job all the way around. More review in just a minute, but don't forget to check out WalkingDeadTV.com for the Walking Dead TV podcast audio edition. It's going to be an hour, 2 hours just on this episode. We've got a brand new way to save you money on Walking Dead comics. If you are loving the show and, hey, you just want to go out and read the original, find out what it's all about, we've got a way to save you some bucks on that. Check out the newest episode. It should go up tomorrow. Or you can check out the last episode. It has the same information, but it's good stuff. And, hey, I'm all about saving some green, so hopefully you are too. And this isn't the last podcast of the season either. We've got a whole bunch of stuff planned for the off-season, just to take you right on through to Season 2 in probably October of next year. We don't know for sure, but we've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. We hope you join us. This will be my last video review for The Walking Dead Season 1. I'm not going to be doing stuff during the off-season because there's not really a whole lot of stuff for me to do, but I will be back Season 2, and let's get back to this review. Before the plug break, I was talking acting, and there's another actor I really want to spotlight this week, Noah Emmerich, who played Dr. Edwin Jenner. He was kind of a one-off, but technically two-off because he was in the end of last week's episode. How great was he? Once again, a little bit predictable that TS-19 was his wife. I think that was made pretty abundantly clear from the beginning. You know, it was a great mind. He lost someone too, but regardless, his work in that scene was moving. Later on, he was kind of terrifying when he was going off about all the things that were housed in the CDC building and why it needed to be destroyed. And in the end, he got to share a nice moment with Jackie as they looked at the clock ticking down and waited to meet their maker. But it wasn't just those folks who did a great job acting this week. Pretty much everybody got a line or two in this episode. Jackie, like I said, she met her end. She was one of the new characters created for the show, and kind of appropriate that they would use a new character to die in a new way, you know, because none of the CDC stuff was in the comic. But she did a good job. She had a nice little arc, and sorry to see you go, Jackie. Glenn had some nice moments. Daryl had some nice moments. Rick and Lori, both of them had some very good scenes together. I mean, I don't want to overlook them, even though Rick is the lead of the show. But everybody got their chance to have a few good lines in the show, a few good moments. Daryl with the decapitation, how awesome was that? And all around, I just really enjoyed it. It was a nice way to cap off the season. Overall, looking back at the season, I thought it was quite impressive. Yes, there's definitely room to improve. Some of the lines were clunky here and there. Some of the effects weren't the greatest. I understand they're on a TV budget. But let's put it this way. The ratings keep improving. The ratings just came out for the episode last night. The highest they've been so far. So if they keep going up, and the actual show keeps getting better and better, which I seem to think it does, certainly, I can't wait for Season 2. Don't get me wrong, this year was good. But next year, I'm looking for great. So, Darabont, Kirkman, AMC, bring it on. So that's it for what I thought of TS-19, the season finale for the first season of The Walking Dead on AMC. Check WalkingDeadTV.com for the Walking Dead TV podcast. Like I said, we've got tons of stuff ready to go for the next year until the show comes back. This is me signing off for Walking Dead reviews until the show comes back, but don't forget to check out my comic book reviews every week, and you never know, I might put out some special videos on other stuff too every once in a while. It's always fun, and I like to do it when I get the chance. I'm Jordan from Jersey. Have a good week. It's the Walking Dead TV podcast, Video Edition.